There are five types of brain waves: delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. The first 6 years of life is the only time that we live in delta, theta brainwave state. You never live in it again. We come out of it 6, 8, 10. It's different for different people, but kind of that age where we have logical thinking and all that, it's when we come out of delta, theta. But the first 6 years of life, for sure, you're in delta, theta brainwave state. Well, what's significant about that? When you're in delta, theta brainwave state, you don't have any filters. You can't logic what happened. It goes straight to hard drive programming. For instance, father is in the backyard playing football with his son, having a great time, and mom yells, "Lunch is ready, come in." And so dad says, okay, one more play for the world championship. And he's going to let his son score, okay? They're just having a great time. So the son's all fired up. Okay, one more play for the world championship. Here it goes. And he takes off. And again, the dad is just, he's going to try. He's going to look like he's trying, but he's not going to really be trying. He's going to let him score. Only Junior stubs his toe and falls down and doesn't score. All right, so the dad runs over, picks him up, throws him over his shoulder, is laughing, but he says, "Son, man, you're never going to be a great football player if you can't learn to pick up your feet. All right, I love you. Let's go eat some lunch." All right, what just happened there? Did the dad do anything wrong? Did he say anything mean? Was he abusive? No. Dad didn't do anything wrong. But what did he say? You are never going to be a good football player. And Junior, because he's 5 years old, is in delta theta brainwave state. So that goes to hard drive primary programming for Junior. Well, does that mean he will never be able to be a good? No, it doesn't mean that. But it does mean it just got a good bit harder. Because now when Junior goes to play football again, his unconscious mind is going to bring up that memory, and it's going to send a signal down his shoulder, down his torso, to his legs, to his arm, and he is going to literally throw the ball differently than he did before his dad said that. Until and unless that memory becomes resolved. Okay? Now, what dad said was never true. Just because at 5 years old he stubbed his toe and fell, I mean, he may be a superstar once he grows up, but he was in delta theta brainwave state. If you are listening to this and you've had a legitimate trauma in your life, some abuse or some catastrophic thing, I am so sorry, but I absolutely believe those things can be healed at the source and you can have a fabulous, fabulous life as if that never happened, or sometimes even better because you learn a lesson from that. Okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, there is no one who will ever hear this. And I don't know if that's 5 people or 100 people or 1,000,000 people, but it doesn't matter how many. Everyone who hears this has these kind of memories. I call them popsicle memories. The reason I call them that is because I had a client one time, and she called me. She said, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. My girlfriend gave me your information and asked me to call you." She said, "I don't know if you can help me or not. I don't have a health issue. My issue is success and failure." She said, "I work on Wall Street. I have 180 IQ, graduated summa from Ivy League schools. Articles have literally been written in trade journals and financial magazines about how I was going to be the next mover and shaker on Wall Street, because she said that is what should have happened. She said, my mind just works that way. It's like I'm a savant about those matters and those issues. But I sabotage myself every time I'm about to get a promotion or a breakthrough. She said, it's almost like I don't want to be successful, but I do. She said, I've tried drugs, I've tried counseling, I've tried corporate programs, meditation, exercise, diet. She said, you name it, I've tried it, nothing works. Okay? So we did a little bit of digging, and we found the memory for her. When she was 5 years old, she grew up in the Midwest in the United States. And when she was 5 years old, on a summer day at lunchtime, her mom gave her sister a popsicle, but would not give her a popsicle. And as best she could remember, and as best her mom could remember, here's what her mom said, and kind of the way she said it. Honey, your sister's already had a good lunch. When you have a good lunch, you can have a popsicle too. That's it. Now, you're thinking, what the heck? The mom didn't do one thing wrong. You're right. That's the point, okay? No one did anything wrong, but my client was in delta theta brainwave state. And so every time she went out to try to be successful, that memory would be reactivated. And let me tell you what it was in her. If my mom gives my sister a popsicle but won't give me one, it must mean that my mom loves my sister more than me. That's the big one. If my mom loves my sister more than me, it must mean something's wrong with me. If something's wrong with me, then when I get out here in the world to try to be successful, I'm going to fail because I'm defective. Something's wrong with me. And if anybody ever says they love me, they will be lying, because if anyone ever should have loved me, it should have been my mom, and she didn't. Now, you may think, wait a minute, all that stuff came from that one little 20-second deal where nobody did anything wrong? Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And it happens every day with virtually every person. Okay, next slide, please. Stephen Covey, top business book of all time, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. 20 years later, Stephen Covey wrote a new book, and he had a press conference. And he said, for 20 years, people have been telling me that the 7 habits don't work. And I'm here to tell you today, they were right all along. They don't work. He said there is an 8th habit, and it is the most important, and nothing works without the 8th one being right. And the 8th one is the heart. Exactly what Solomon was talking about all those years ago. Next slide, please. I've gotten to the point in my life, ladies and gentlemen, where I do not believe there can be true, permanent healing of a significant issue without healing the memories that are involved with it. Next slide, please. Dr. Oz said this in his book and on his program, Energy Medicine is the next frontier in medicine. Is the fastest growing area in psychology. It is the fastest growing area in health and medicine.